Welcome back to the show. This week, we're going to be talking with Isvar Prashad. He's started $1 million plus fashion and handbag business. He's the founder and president of the Carter Bennett Group. He's done multiple startups and all kinds of things in the world of entrepreneurship. So, welcome, Isvar.
If you talk about the visual manifestations, like alter your universe, like you really do, your visuals and the affirmations that you get from like reminders. The third thing I always found super important, and you've heard this before, it's the five people rule.
Hmm.
And the five people rule is simply this. Just look at the five people, that's why I like you two, by the way, that you spend the majority of your time with. And if you want to know how wealthy you are, take the five, what like kind of where their wealth is, divided by five. That's your wealth. But you could also use it around, emotional things. Take the five people around you, quantify their emotional state. So that's important too, because and you divide it, and that's how emotionally strong you are. It's interesting that you never see successful people around people who are sad, miserable, and poor. And yeah, they don't want to be around it, but you have family members like that, but they're not around them because the rule is
Unless they're doing charity work. Yeah.
and you know what that's like, right? There's no benefit. There's no benefit. Okay. But you got to tell the hard facts. If who you are and you want to be something other than this, look at the five people around you, divided by five. That is who you are. So I would say look at your networks of people. Who's influencing you? If you're up to startup, you have to be people who are up to startup community and spend the majority of your time in that culture. You immerse yourself. If you want to be super wealthy, pretty simple. Go find four other rich people. Hang out with them. Go have coffee. Go to the country club. There was a great story I read when I was starting this. There was about Peter Monk, and he owns Barrick Gold. He's a multi billionaire. He's like 80 now. But he tells this one story when he first came as a poor immigrant from Austria. He would work, he would make no money, but he's all he would do is save up whatever pennies he had, and he'd go to the most exclusive bar where all the rich people were, and he'd buy one glass of champagne, and he would just sit there because he understood the power of people around you, the influence it.
Yeah.
And he kept, even though he had no money. So people say, well, I have no money to do those things. Yes, you do. It's
Yeah.
like, where are you putting your money? Well, I have no time to do those things. Yes, you do. Where are you putting your time? If you're truly interested in transforming, you got to look at the five people and your influences, and you got to make your move.
And it puts
Those
you
are
in
the
the
three things.
mindset of being a rich person because now you're hanging out where they're hanging out. You're drinking what they're drinking. You're
And
hearing
they
the
speak
conversation.
differently. They speak
Yeah,
differently.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
very different language. They don't talk about, well, I can't go on vacation because I have no money. No one
Or
says that.
or get a job or
Or get a
whatever.
job. And if you're about emotional strength, you're not going to talk, oh my God, my knee hurts. My back
Mm.
hurts. Oh, I broke up with my girlfriend. You're not going to be around those people. If not, you're going to have those conversations, and you don't want that.
It's like sorry to keep bringing it back to chess, but like I was telling my son, you don't become better at a game, whether it's tennis or chess or business, by playing with people, by punching down, by playing with people that are below your
No,
level. You get better by punching up, by playing at a higher level, at a higher stakes table, at the big boys table,
all the
and
time.
you become,
Yeah,
like you
true,
say,
true.
you become the people you surround yourself with. And I've learned that the hard way, you know.
Yeah, it is hard, right? But you look at every successful athlete or even entrepreneur, they've always been at the disadvantage, but they close the gap again, right? Like, Michael Jordan, I think he played against his older brother who would whoop him all the time. And that's how he became better. But he's trying to close that gap. But the closing the gap is super important. And don't take it personal. You got to just, that's what you got to tell your young people. Don't take it personally, close the gap. That's
I think it just, yes, you should be surrounded by people from whom you can learn. But on the other hand, it's good to share your knowledge. But because when you explain something, as you yourself explain chess rules to your son, you also remember them and thinking about maybe some new tricks. So again, you observe but share. And charity is also about sharing. So if you share your goodness, you share your knowledge, you share your time. So it's like a healthy balance. Just get and share.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't be sucking things up everybody all the
Absolutely,
time,
yeah.
right?
It's
Yeah,
it's
right.
you
Because
have to have philanthropic mindset and
You
giving
do.
back to society. It's not just about taking, but I guess we're talking about the dog eat dog world of cutthroat business startup, right?
Yeah, it is, but I think it's there's always built in that part of giving back. I think the church,
Yeah.
I'm not a religious person, is tithing. You do community work, you help a young person. I mean, that also nourishes your like you're right, it's dog eat dog. You get like out there grabbing stuff from people and trying to get market share, gathering information, and at a certain point you're like it's a little exhausting. You need to maybe give a little bit and be a little more human. I think it's important.